friends get together so they can try things. Yell about it, it's podcast so that you can try things. Now we will stop singing so that we can all now try this.
Hello and welcome to Now Try This, the podcast where two best friends get together every week to try new things that they love. I'm Marcus.
I'm
Nick. Nick.
Hi.
And this
Oh my
week,
God,
Nick,
Marcus, I'm looking at my year ago top Spotify artist, and 2 years in a row, it was Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence?
A band from Brooklyn, super indie, hippie, fucking jazzy pop.
Do you listen to them a lot?
I'm going to the concert on Saturday.
Oh, cool. That's
Mhm.
fun.
My girlfriend got me tickets. Yo, we are here at the Now Try This podcast to try some shit. But Marcus, you lied to them. We usually try to do things we love. That's not what we're doing here today, because this jam-packed mini episode and the episode after are going to be a special pair that come from our Patreon.
Yes, once a month we accept challenges.
Sometimes way back wonder. I don't
We
know
accept
what
challenges from our fans over on our Patreon. On the $5 tier, you can submit challenges and then everyone votes on them who's a part of the Patreon. And so this month, it was a tie between
Which I hate.
two things: a recipe for seduction, a Lifetime mini movie based on Colonel Sanders, and the second thing was Orphan Black. And so instead of doing one episode on both or having to upload a new voting poll, what we decided to do is do a mini episode on the mini movie before our main episode, which is going to be about Orphan Black.
Here we are, loving our podcast, loving our lives. We got through the gambit of having to do last time Sex in the City, something we've been dreading, something that we ended up having a great conversation about. Okay, I thought you maybe leave the podcast. So we've both been dreading. We had a great conversation. You appreciated the show. You do that thing that we love about the show, where you get a back door seat into my mind and who I am, coming at something new and different because of me. And I love
going through your back door. I love it.
That's the point of the Patreon. We're supposed to get these awesome suggestions, things like ReZero or Chucky, things that we are just not on our radar, that our fans, the people we love, let us know we're missing so we can have a great time discussing it for them, for their entertainment. And then our fans take a huge jump on my fucking chest and give us recipe for seduction for our fucking show.
Yeah, I was shocked at the choice of this. And now I
wasn't shocked at the choice.
A little behind.
I'm shocked at it winning.
I'm surprised it won, first of all. But secondly, the people that submitted this didn't even watch this.
Marcus,
so
kick them off the Patreon. I don't fucking want their money. Keep them fucking out. They're done. They're out. They're blacklisted. Put them on a list. They are no longer allowed to watch the show. Guys, if you're watching the show because this is your challenge, get the fuck out.
That made me angry. But hey, I respect. We take your money and we watch the thing. So that's what we're doing.
Listen, guys, honestly, all jokes aside, you want to fucking meme us to death on our Patreon, fucking go for it.
Do it.
It's patreon.com/nowtrythiscast. We would love to have you, but I'm still fucking pissed. Okay, so what is this?
A
What are
Recipe
we
for
doing here
Seduction
today?
is a short film sponsored by KFC and produced by the Lifetime channel, starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders. The movie premiered on December 13th, 2020,
a year ago.
And it tells the story of a young heiress who struggles to choose between a wealthy suitor chosen by her mother and the new house chef, Harland Sanders.
Here's my thing.
She didn't struggle. I saw it. She did not struggle with that choice. She made a clear choice the second she met him.
Here's my thing. I just don't know what. So here we are.
Really
I knew about this film.
Here.
I knew about this film. I knew about this thing that happened. It's basically a joke commercial. KFC does this thing. They did the same thing with that dating simulator. Wendy's came out with a RPG.
Yeah.
These companies do this. They meme us to death. They fucking jab at each other on Twitter all the time. Like this is the joke, right? And I love that they did this. Fucking go for it. Make a fucking movie about, fucking Mario Lopez, fucking Colonel Sanders. It's all about love. Honestly, I'm not mad at any of that.
Sounds
at
like
all.
you are, though.
Okay, maybe I am mad at that. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad that it took itself so fucking seriously.
I don't think
It did not
I think it
try
did,
to make a
but
joke.
I think it did, and that was the joke. I think the joke was that it was like serious. I feel like sometimes if you lead into it, it's like bad acting in a movie, right? Like you don't want to. It's very hard to be a bad actor in a movie unless it's genuine or you're that good at acting. I feel like the like there's a genuine sincerity to it, and that also makes it funnier. If they were like camping it up and being hammy, I mean, which I think they were to an extent, I would have hated it more. But this did feel like a Lifetime movie to me.
It felt exactly like no, I'm sorry. It felt like a bad Lifetime movie because there are good Hallmark Lifetime movies that are like interesting or funny or like over the top. You've never watched a Lifetime. How many Lifetime movies have you watched?
Lifetime movies. My mom had Lifetime on like 24/7. I watched a lot of Lifetime movies. They are not good. I can't name a single one that was good.
There's a couple good ones out there.
There might be a couple mediocre ones. I would say good is is too strong of a word.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. You're right. Sure, fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't think they were hamming it up. I think they all went to it with all the sincerity in the world, and I just don't know why.
I think they know what they're doing. I feel like when you make something that's a parody, right? Like you have two options. You go into it, or you're making a bad thing on purpose, right? You go into it knowing it's a bad thing, and you take it seriously, and you pretend that you live in a world where this is the norm and it's okay. Or you just are so bad at something, you end up actually making it unintentionally funny because it's so bad.
Marcus,
it's hard to make bad things on purpose.
It's very clear that I have feelings on this film. I still have no idea where you stand.
Man, I watched it like right before I got on here, and
oh my god, me too.
I'm gonna say that, like, man, oh man, I appreciate the meme of it. I appreciate the joke.
Yeah,
but it wasn't funny.
No,
the like it's one of those things where the concept is funnier than the execution, so don't make it. Like, make promotional posters, meme it to death.
They should have
actually make it.
They should have made a trailer for this, and that's the commercial.
Exactly,
that minute and a half.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yes.
That's all I needed. 1 minute and a half of this is all I would have needed.
And like, how are you going to have this movie and not have Mario Lopez shirtless holding a bucket of KFC? Like, are you fucking stupid? Do you not know
fucking
how to
lean
make
in,
movies?
right?
Lean in.
Fucking lean in.
That would be like the opening shot of my movie. Like,
yes,
this movie opens up. They're at Christmas dinner eating chicken.
Is it Christmas?
There's a giant Christmas tree, so it's maybe not Christmas Day, but it's around Christmas.
Marcus, fucking, you're not wrong. Okay, I just
know I'm not wrong.
It is Christmas. There is a Christmas tree. They never mention Christmas ever again in the whole thing. It never comes up. That's why I forgot. It never comes up.
That's true. That's true.
It's not like, and so close to Christmas. Nothing.
Yeah, no, nothing. And so it opens up. They're at dinner. Classic. They're eating chicken. They're like, "Oh, this chicken's delicious. Who made this chicken? Oh, we have a new chef." Then this guy proposes to his girlfriend, and her friend is like, "Oh my god," making a lot of weird looks. Like, definitely not. He proposes. She says, "I need some time to think about it." And he is like, "What the fuck?" Then we skip to the next day. She wakes up and she's like, the mom is pissed at her. She's like, "How dare you do this? Like, you can't pass up the opportunity to marry this man because he's so great and his money's great." Then she meets Mario Lopez, who's Colonel Sanders. And what I would have had instead of this scene is her going out to the pool because there was a pool in the house where they filmed. Him laying just like shirtless, eating a bucket of his own chicken. And
or maybe over the grill in just an apron.
Yeah. And she sees him and she's like, "Wow, who is this absolute hunk?" And then she talks to him and he's like, "Oh yeah, here's my secret chicken recipe. Would you like to try some?" And she's like, "Oh yes. Oh, how could I not fall in love with the man who made this chicken?" And then you continue with the plot.
Easy. And you don't even have to like have it be like, why is he outside without a shirt? Just fucking have him be cooking and then he gets something on his shirt and then he clearly has to take it off because he got something on it. And then you slow-mo that shit.
100%. Why wasn't he shirtless? Why are we so mad about him not being shirtless? It just seems like such an obvious choice.
Because if you're gonna give me daddy, show me daddy. That's why. The reason you make Colonel Sanders Mario Lopez is so Mario Lopez is daddy.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Show
get
me
that.
daddy.
Show me daddy. Oh my god.
As a podcast that really understands daddies, I'm just saying that we understand
Yeah, we do.
what they are missing in the show.
We understand.
He is not
could
our
have
dream
written-
daddy.
We could have written a better movie. I genuinely
Right.
think that. I don't think that a lot.
1,000%.
I don't think that a lot, but I watched this and I was like, we could have made a better movie.
Because I think like it just it's not parody or satire if you just do it.
Yeah, there was like a lack of humor. I see what you're saying.
You know,
They made a Lifetime movie, but with Colonel Sanders
but not
as
even
a character, and it was
It
like,
wasn't,
okay,
yeah, it wasn't even Colonel Sanders. Like, why wasn't there like a scene where he was having wartime flashbacks, and that's how we found out who's a colonel? That's what I'm saying. Like
That would
what a
be
waste of
great.
opportunity.
that would
That
be
would have
great.
fucking
Yeah,
that would have fucking dope.
or when she was like, oh, he used to be a chef of like this fancy restaurant or whatever fucking name she said. I'm sure that was a reference to something KFC. I don't know. Why not instead be like, he used to be a wartime chef, and we don't have
Yeah.
to say which war.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy. Yeah,
He could have been an army chef, and that's where why he's the colonel.
100%. And he could have been like fucking sleepwalking, fucking making KFC chicken in the fucking kitchen. Hold on, hear me out. Now
What are you
we're writing this
getting
movie.
at?
Hear me out.
What
Hold
are you
on.
getting at?
Here. So he's sleepwalking and he's in the kitchen, he's cooking, and it's flashing back to the war, and he's having PTSD while he's dream cooking, and then she comes and snaps him out of it, and then they just talk, and she's trying to talk him into it, and then she goes and takes a bite of the chicken, and she said, "This is the best goddamn chicken I've ever tasted. What did you do?" And he's like, "I don't even know." And then the movie's about fight. Yeah, come on.
Wow. Yeah, that like repressed trauma. He's making chicken. He doesn't even realize
Yeah.
he's disassociating. I relate.
And then everybody knows that KFC came from PTSD.
There you go. PTSD chicken. Those are the
Yes.
11 herbs and spices. It's abuse.
Number one, trauma. I'm just saying there's so many opportunities to like, you don't even have to like ham it up. Like you can still take it serious. But like, you have to ratchet it up.
Exactly. Him being shirtless, eating a bucket of chicken is funny, but doesn't take you out of the movie.
No.
It's not like
'Cause
he's
that also
falling
happens
into the
in Lifetime
water
movies.
and doing something stupid. Exactly. Yeah.
That shit also, they did,
Yeah.
they chose to make a Lifetime movie following the template of Lifetime movies, but disregarding the things about Lifetime movies that make them fun to watch.
Yes.
All the things in this film are Lifetime things. They're all tropes. I've seen them a million times. I know you've even more.
Yeah.
But they took out the fun bits.
Yeah.
The
No, they
stupid
did.
bits.
Yeah, no, they did. It's like inherently. Sometimes I feel like companies or people who make stuff think that because the concept is funny, the execution will also be funny.
Oh, sure.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what this missed out of entirely. It was like the execution wasn't funny. The concept is great and it was gold, honestly. It's like whoever came up with this is a genius. I love it.
Yeah.
But in execution, you just didn't remember that it was supposed to be funny or that it was supposed to be a joke or I don't know. It didn't go
Yeah.
beyond the concept.
Yeah, I think you give this thing like put up some money and give this thing to like Lord and Miller or some shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking like just like go for it. Like just fucking go for it.
Or you know what? Make it an hour and a half. I would have watched this if it was an hour and a half.
If it was like that, yeah, totally.
Yeah, let it breathe. Well, the romance
just looked up-
also was so bad.
Yeah.
Because
it
the
was.
whole
I
thing's
just looked
16
up
minutes.
all the 3 writers and the 3 directors.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything.
That
They've done
makes sense.
commercials.
That makes sense. But it says it was produced by Lifetime, so maybe they hired Lifetime people. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Honestly, it's really smart of KFC to have Lifetime co-produce their commercial. Honestly, that's really smart.
Yeah,
That's
he
really
saved
fucking
money.
smart.
Save money.
Okay, so
Gene.
talk about the
oh
film.
yeah, it says directed by Gene, like just one name, Gene.
I think it's because Eric, Armand, and Natalie all did it,
Uh-huh.
and that's EAN. So I don't know who and the producer is Josh. That's what
Okay.
So just to talk about the film a little bit, I do think one person did know what kind of film they were in. Only one person.
Was
And I
the
think
mom?
that was the boyfriend.
Oh, the
no, I think it's the
boyfriend.
boyfriend. The
The
boyfriend
boyfriend
was so
did know.
fucking
He did a good job.
awful.
He did a good job.
He was all Peasants, chef. Oh, people without money.
Yeah, so the boyfriend was a piece of shit, and so
He was great.
he's spurned by this woman, and he's like, oh, how dare you say no to me? And then the chef's like, hey, I'm having a conversation here. He's like, oh, this crouton, get him out of my sight, this peasant.
And then later, Mario Lopez, with almost no emotion at all, gives the line, "Don't call me a crouton."
Mario Lopez is bad at acting.
I don't need him to be good.
That was terrible. Oh, sure.
Put
But
him
don't
in funny
be
circumstance.
But don't be wooden. You know, like
Sure.
even if he was dramatic or overacting, that's fine.
Yeah, totally. You know who would have been a better Colonel Sanders?
Who?
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Oh man. God, that would have been
You can see it,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Him
of
doing this
course.
PTSD wartime
Yeah.
dream kitchen.
Give me Oscar Isaac in anything. He can do it all. Love that man.
Hell yeah. So I have a question.
Sure.
And this trope is in all these movies. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just an asshole. Maybe you're after the end of this, you're going to say, Nick, you're just an asshole. That is
Sure.
the conclusion of what you're
Okay.
saying.
Mhm.
It's not lost on me. Is it bad that I always feel as if the women in these stories, where they're with a guy like this, and then the story is about them being inconvenienced that they've chosen that person as a partner, and then decide to go cheat and steal and run
Yeah.
away from their shitty partner?
Mhm.
Is it bad that I'm always like, you want me to feel sorry for you? Like, what?
I understand
Do
exactly what
something.
you're getting
Have
at.
some
It is a
urgency.
trope in these movies where, especially in Hallmark Christmas movies,
Oh,
where it's like
yeah.
a woman will leave and her husband's like, I don't like Christmas. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna fuck every guy in this town because you don't like Christmas. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't do that. That doesn't
No.
justify your actions.
Mm.
That's a really fucked up thing. You should break up with them or at least have
Yeah.
a fucking conversation about how much Christmas means to you.
And they always try to make the person out to be like a villain. Like,
Yeah.
in this thing, they made him have slept with the mom
Yes.
and is literally like a psychopath. But she didn't know any of that.
She didn't know any of that beforehand. She was like,
she
I'm
was
in
shagging
love
this
with
guy.
Colonel Sanders.
She shagged that guy right before that dinner at the beginning of the movie, Marcus.
She did?
You think this guy is sticking around if they're not shagging? Have you met him? You met
Well-
Billy?
Well, you're talking the mom and Billy shagged? Who shagged?
No, Billy and the one he proposed to. You think he's proposing and
Oh.
hooking up and being with the girl that is not putting out? No, the guy's an asshole.
You're right. But I also feel like Mario Lopez comes in and he's like, yes, I'm the Colonel. I'm here. I have my 11 herbs and spices.
He
And the
barely does
woman
that.
immediately falls in love with him. They barely
Oh,
have a
nothing.
conversation.
They barely have.
They
a
say nothing
conversation.
with any context. They don't even have a line in which they bond over something.
Marcus. She doesn't even know he's been to war. He never says Colonel. Did
He's
I
not
miss
ready
it?
to talk about that. He's not ready to talk about that.
How do you have a movie about Colonel Sanders and at no point you call him Colonel?
I know.
They call him Harlan the whole time.
They do. Yeah. Harlan
They never
Sanders.
say Colonel.
I
my
feel
gosh.
like his wartime history, it might be in question. They didn't want to bring that up.
Oh, what if he goes to war after this film? That's the secret.
I mean, the movie could be really crazy, right? Like he can talk about being Colonel Sanders, and then they talk about his military history, right? But he doesn't want to talk about it. So she does some digging into the military history, and you know what she finds out? He wasn't in any recent wars. So she digs further back,
He's timeless.
and he's
immortal.
timeless.
Yes, I would have loved that. I would have loved that. A sci-fi twist that would have made this movie.
Hell yeah, he fought in World War II.
He says something to the effect of like, takes more than one lifetime to find the perfect 11 herbs and spices.
Yeah, or he made a deal with the devil and when he perfects the chicken, then he can pass on. But until then, he's immortal.
Uh-huh.
Come
Oh
on.
my god.
Come
Oh,
on.
and this is when he passes on after this movie because he
Yeah.
finds the 11 herbs.
Yes,
and
love.
she
was
opens
the
KFC
11th
to honor
herb.
him. Trauma was still the first one. All of these are better pitches to this movie. I just
Yeah.
don't understand why. It's just wild. And then, but also, I feel so bad because the mom. You're right. She's trying.
She
She's
tried.
trying.
I think
She
actually
tried.
she tried.
She tried super hard. She wasn't. She
Yeah.
did nothing wrong.
The
She did nothing
lead
wrong at all.
actress, I feel like she'd be great in a Hallmark movie. She
Yeah.
fits perfectly.
Well, you're being generous. That's fine. You
Those
can
are
be generous
bad.
if you want.
I mean, those are
Yeah.
bad movies. So it's
Sure.
fine.
Sure.
I'm not saying she'd
Honestly,
be great in a Marvel movie.
sometimes it's really hard to be an actor and you get very discouraged. And sometimes you watch things like this and you're like, I could get a job.
Yep. I'm doing fine. I could get a job.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm prouder of the off-Broadway things I'm doing here in the city than what this film does. And I'm just like, okay, I'm fine.
There you go.
I'm cool.
There you go.
I'm cool.
Nick,
a 7-year-old said I was her favorite actress. So their movie.
wow.
There you go.
That's
I really
awesome.
did. I did a show over by the Jersey Shore. And
Uh-huh.
I walked in and all the kids were like, we were hoping it was you. You were our favorite. I was like,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Nailed it.
That's awesome. I love that
Nailed
so
it.
much. Nick, it sounds like you know a lot about Colonel Sanders.
Shut up. No, you did not. You did not make a game for a fucking mini ass episode.
Darren made a game for this episode. It's real
Roll
short.
the clip. Roll the clip.
Now try this trivia. Now try this trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia this.
And we're back. Nick, this game is called Two Truths and a Kentucky Fried Lie. Producer
good
Darren
title.
outdid herself. I'm gonna read what it says instead of assuming what it says. Harlan David Sanders was born in 1890 and opened a fried chicken restaurant during the Great Depression that he franchised and operated until he was 73 years old, when he sold it to an investment group but remained the brand ambassador. Discern which two facts about the real-life Colonel Sanders are true and which one is a lie.
Is this the one? Is Colonel Sanders the one that adopted a redhead?
Isn't that Wendy's guy?
I don't know the difference between those two people.
Dave Thomas.
Is that gonna make
That's
me
gonna fuck
bad at
you
this?
up. I'm gonna say
Okay,
that's
great.
gonna fuck you up. But I'm also
Okay,
playing
great.
because I don't know. Sanders was a lawyer for 3 years in Little Rock, Arkansas, until he got into a fist fight with his own client in the courtroom and destroyed his reputation.
Whoa.
Sanders briefly worked. This is that's fact one. Fact two. Sanders briefly worked as an engine conductor until his wife moved with their 3 children without telling him in between work trips. When he was
What?
able to find where they went, she told him he had to quit that job or she would continue moving. Third,
Jesus Christ.
one of the main reasons Sanders' first restaurants took off, aside from his patented pressure fried chicken, was due to a neighboring eatery's owner being convicted for murder after he shot one of Sanders' employees in a dispute over a sign directing traffic to the restaurant.
2 of these are real?
2 of these are real.
These are fucking wild.
I want to say 1 and 3 are real.
You don't think number 2 is real?
No, I don't think he was an engine conductor. Unless the engine conducting thing was like, oh, I see how this engine works. What if we made chicken in this like engine?
Whoa, that's good. And being an engine conductor seems like a job you can get after being in the military.
Mm.
And he was a colonel. Here's what I know about Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
He was a colonel.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's a long list. Okay, which one?
I don't know. I feel like maybe he wasn't a lawyer. I feel like that one was so mild.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say it's the second one that's a lie, and you're gonna say it's the first one that's a lie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we cover our hedges.
It's the third
Colonel
one.
Sanders did fist fight his own legal client and did watch a shootout over the sign for his restaurant. He was never a trained conductor.
Wait, hold on. This just in. I hate to break this to you, but he was not a military colonel. Darren, legally, I'm pretty sure he can't call himself Colonel Sanders unless he was a colonel. So check your facts. Check your facts.
I think
All
she
right,
did
what's-
check all the facts available.
No. Check your facts.
Okay.
Sanders, a lawyer.
Sanders was recommissioned as a colonel in 1950 by the Kentucky governor after demanding the title in exchange for catering a veterans ball at the governor's mansion.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'd love
that should have been in
that.
the movie.
Yeah, that would have been in the movie. You're gonna make me a goddamn colonel, governor. Love it. Okay. The first successful KFC was based in Salt Lake City, after which the colonel drove across the country, sleeping in his car, and walked into random restaurants he found. He would cook them chicken and offer to make them a part of the franchise if they liked it.
I think Mormons like fried chicken. That sounds right.
Okay.
Can Mormons eat fried chicken? Is that rude to say?
Yeah, no, they can. They can. Walks
Okay,
into a
well then-
random restaurant he found. He would cook them chicken and offer them. That's so interesting. Okay. Third, After the Colonel sold KFC to an investment firm, he would make surprise visits to the locations across the country to test the quality of the food and would throw it on the floor if it didn't meet his standards. He sued the parent company for changing the gravy recipe to what he called wallpaper paste and goddamn slop. That's true. If my dude
That
is
has to
gonna
be true.
if my dude's gonna go and punch his own client, then my dude is going to every fucking restaurant and tasting the food.
I
That's
just
true.
love he walks in all his military regalia because he's a colonel, and everyone goes, "Oh, shh," and he walks behind the counter, walks in front of the lobby, eats a piece of chicken, and everyone just waits, and then he throws it in the ground like, "This is slop, shut it down!" and runs everyone out of the restaurant.
I'm gonna say 1 and 3 are true.
No, 1 can't be 3. He's a colonel, Marcus. So
Okay.
2 is fake.
Okay.
2 is fake,
Okay.
clearly.
2 is fake. I think 2 is fake also. I said 1 and 3 are true, so 2 is fake.
Oh, I mean 1 is fake.
You think 1 is fake? Oh,
One
got
is
it, got
fake.
it.
One
Okay,
is fake.
okay.
What is fake?
The governor was just his buddy and gave him the title of colonel because of the fame of KFC franchise by 1950.
And because of the war he fought in. Yes, I am correct.
The other
Number
2 are
1
true.
is-
You're right.
Well,
Number
I
1
got a
is
point.
false.
Mhm.
Good job.
Trust in my man, Colonel.
Okay. The following people have all portrayed the colonel in some form at some time except for one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I love those meme.
Yeah.
And I love how they got the one guy who was the colonel for a really long time to keep coming back. And being
Yes.
pissed about the people.
Yes.
That was KFC is good at fucking marketing. I will
They are
say.
good.
Fucking
Very good.
listen, they do not have the best chicken.
Nope.
I'm a Popeyes guy.
A Popeyes guy. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
And
I think-
Bojangles is pretty great too.
I have never had Bojangles. I kept trying to have Bojangles while I was in the South, and we kept getting turned away. Ended up having Zaxby's, which is not great. KFC, yeah, Popeyes is better than KFC. That's where I stand right now.
I like Popeyes better.
I need more fried chicken. Send us fried chicken.
Send us, yeah, Popeyes sponsor us on this KFC episode. Listen, read them.
Randy Quaid.
I don't know who that is.
Norm McDonald. I know it was Norm McDonald's one.
100%.
Rob Riggle. John Stewart.
Yes.
Reba McEntire. Rob Lowe.
Okay.
Sean Astin. Jim
I know
Gaffigan.
Rob Lowe did.
Jim Gaffigan was one. Billy
I know
Zane.
Rob Lowe was.
Ray Liotta. Hofborg Julius Borgson, the strongest man in the world. Jason Alexander, George from Seinfeld. Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, and Kurt Angle of the WWE.
And one of those people's fake?
One of these is fake.
Marcus, I'm gonna have to go with you. That's too long of a list. You'll have to.
I don't think. See, I feel like I could see Kurt Angle being. I mean, as a
100%.
wrestling fan,
I think
Kurt
think
Angle,
that
I
one's
think, could be Colonel.
easy.
Shawn Michaels would be very funny, and I would love to see that. And I'm gonna look it up
Who's Shawn Michaels?
in between episodes. The Heartbreak Kid, he would do the sweet chin music move where he kicked you in the face. That was his special
Oh,
move.
that sounds right.
Just a high kick to the face. I feel like I want to say Reba McEntire is the lie, but
This seems like a red herring.
the red herring, yeah, for sure.
Sean Astin, as in Hobbit.
Sean Astin. No, not Sean Astin. Yeah, Sean Astin, as in Hobbit, yes.
That
I
one
feel
seems
like
sus to
that the no is probably Sean Astin, Ray Liotta, or Randy
Oh, I thought
Quaid.
there was one.
What? No, there.
I thought there was
I
only
know.
one.
It's between one of those, is what I'm saying.
I like Sean Astin, but you know,
Let's go
You
with
go
Sean
wrong.
Astin. Okay, I'm picking Sean Astin. It's Jon Stewart. Everyone else can be found everyone else can be found on the as a symbol of the KFC brand part of Colonel's Wikipedia page. Weird.
How many more?
That's it.
Oh, great. Did we win?
We won. You know
Nice.
what we won?
Good job.
The ability to finish up talking about this movie and then move on to the next episode.
Nice, Marcus. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Oh, yeah,
I was gonna say we should at least say what happened in the movie because we didn't even talk about. Just go through the rest of the plot real quick. Just real quick.
There is none.
They fell in love.
and then
Mario
we
Lopez
find
gets
out that-
kidnapped.
before that, we find out Billy and the mom shagged, and that
Yep.
the mom wants it for the money, and Billy wants it for I don't know why to shag the
mom's
mom
hot.
more.
Probably.
He's gonna marry the daughter to shag the mom more.
Uh-huh.
Wait, hold on. Why couldn't he just marry the mom?
I thought that too. I said that during the movie. I was like, wait, if he's in love with the mom and she's in
And
love
the
with Colonel
mom-
Sanders, there's nothing just stopping them from being with those people. Nothing. Nothing
Ridiculous.
stopping them.
So then the friend overhears them. He tries to snitch, but he gets hit over the head by the mom. The mom locks him up. Then Billy offers Colonel Sanders Harlan Sanders money,
Harlan
$500,000.
Sanders.
He says no. He says, why are you getting engaged to the guy? And she's like, but I'm not. I only want you. They kiss. And then they tie him to a chair.
Mhm.
And then the girl's like, no. And then they all escape. And the mom is sent to a mental institution.
Yes. And then at the end, last shot, Billy comes and sits next to the mom and eats a piece of chicken.
Why are they gray, Marcus?
Because
Why
gray
in 1
hair
year have they
means you
both
went
added
crazy.
30 years?
Because they went crazy.
That's not how that works.
I've seen it happen. It happened in
God.
Twin Peaks.
Really?
Yeah, the Leland Palmer's hair turns gray in one episode. Just permanently.
All right.
Just turns gray.
You win that argument. You win that argument. Okay, you win.
Maybe it was a
Marcus,
Twin Peaks reference.
That's all the fucking. Here's my question.
Here's my question. Well, okay. Well,
No, I have a
okay,
question.
okay.
I have a question. I have one more question. All these movies,
Yeah.
the rich guy offers a sum of money to the guy, right?
Yeah.
This always happens. I understand the principle of refusing someone's money and
Mhm.
saying no, but he has the check in his hand. You have the check. Why don't you go to the girl and be like, "Hey, I got $500,000.
Uh-huh.
Let's get out of here." Take the
fair.
girl, take the check. By the time he tries to stop you, it's cash, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And you got to have $1,000,000. You go to Rio.
I guess he could have done that. Or
Why
he
do
could
they
have
never
claimed
take the
check was
money?
Fraud. He could claim it was fraud. And maybe the bank would have been on his side.
You cash that in cash, baby.
Give me cash right now. Give me cash. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
It happened in that one movie, Blank
That's true.
Check.
Yeah.
He wrote $1 million in the blank check and he took it out from the bank.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's smart.
They gave it to him.
Yeah.
He thought his name was Juice.
That's a movie where the little boy makes out with
Macintosh?
the adult woman.
Yes.
Yep.
And he pretends to be Macintosh.
I remember.
Yeah. Great
It was
movie.
goals
Great
for
film.
me as a kid.
And he spent all of the $1 million in like a week. It was very impressive. But
okay.
here's my thing. Why don't they take the cash? Wouldn't you take the cash?
I would take the cash 100%. I would take that shit and I would get the fuck out of town. I am
Yeah.
taking that cash every single day.
With the
and
girl.
the woman. I'm taking the
Yeah.
cash and the woman. I'm getting everything and I'm getting out.
Yeah. Anyway.
They don't have big brains like us. That's what it is. So, Nick,
Yes.
did you like this movie?
No. Did you?
No, I didn't. Would you want to keep watching? If they made more or a longer version, would you watch it?
If they pull us on as writing consultants, 100%.
I agree.
But that's the only way.
Would you recommend this?
You?
Huh?
Would you watch it?
I would not. No, I'm done. I'm done with this. Unless
Are you-
unless
would
they
you
it's like unless they're like, hey, we got comedy writers, like good ass comedy writers to come on and write this. I have no interest in it at all.
And Oscar Isaac is Colonel Sanders.
And Oscar Isaac, yeah, recast Mario Lopez.
Sorry, Mario.
Would you recommend this?
No, would you?
No. I
Watch the
wouldn't.
trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer's funny.
I ended up having to watch it on like Daily Motion or something, and I was like,
Oh, that's how I had to watch it. That's the only way you can watch it.
Yeah, it's
Unless
the
you
only way to
catch it
watch it.
on Lifetime on cable.
Nope, not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Watch the trailer. The trailer's funny.
Watch the trailer, and then that's it. You're done.
Watch some YouTubers break it down. That's funny
Yep.
too.
Yep. Okay. That's it. That's the episode. We're going to now stop this episode, save all the content that we need to save, so that way we can then start the next episode. So we will be back.
Guys, if you want to follow us everywhere, you can do it at Now Try This Cast. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can also leave us reviews on iTunes at our podcast, Now Try This. Then you can also go to nowtrythiscast.com to find all our other stuff and patreon.com/nowtrythiscast to give your suggestion next time so we don't have to do this hot garbage.
Yeah. Get us better content, please. Woo.
Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Friends get together so they can try things. You're invited to this podcast so that you can try things. Now we will stop singing so that we can all now try this.
You got to there's a test. You got to pass the test. You got to learn
Great.
to
Ready.
submission. Right around
Ready.
the corner,
Great. Cool.
flat
I'm ready.
as a
Hello.
pancake,
Hi.
as
Hello.
ever from the camera. Raise up.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm
Vise
ready
a
when you
plan.
are, buddy. How are you? How are you?
Hi. Remember
Sorry, I was ignoring
me?
you. Sorry. Hi.
I'm good. How you doing?